this for everyone who wishes to listen to it later on. So what we did, we taped our list in the back of the journal.
Yep. So if you have yours, you can tape it in, fold it in
So
half, and tape
there's
it
tape here,
Yeah.
and I still have one list for whoever requires one.
Is that something new?
That is from last
No,
meeting.
last week. You have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so please tape it in so that, see, Terry was all prepared. We had it taped in and it's ready to go.
Yes.
All right, so why did we do the list? We did the list because down here at the end, everybody, Debbie at the end of the table wanted to make sure that she got the full value of the book and wanted a checklist to make sure she did all the exercises. So you can thank
Thank you,
everyone.
Debbie, for this
Thank you.
idea.
Uh-huh. And again, why is that so important? Because we know that lessons build on other lessons. And since we've come such a long way from the start 6 years ago, and I know it's 6 years ago because my birthday is coming up on the 24th, and on my 50th birthday was when I said, I've learned all this, I'd love to give it back. And so Skyver, Vilma, and I got together and decided that we'd invite a bunch of friends, and it's been going on ever since. So that's the beginning of our miracle group. Yay. Yeah, October. Yeah. Next week. My birthday.
Your birthday is 24th.
Yeah, of October.
Really?
Yeah.
How come I never thought you were the same day as my sister?
6 years later, you're catching on. It's really good. Skyler.
You come every year with the presents, guy. You every year.
Yeah, you
come
bring
with
me
a
a present.
I can bring present any day.
I agree. Yay. All right, so we're going to start with sharing a few miracle stories, and Sky volunteered because she has a good one. And I'll go next, and then anybody else who wants to join in, go ahead. Okay. Speak loud and clear.
Okay, so my story. As some people know, I wanted always my center. So it's
Yes.
been a few years since I won it, and then I started creating something. And at the beginning of this year, I actually started doing something. I mean, like, I really got that feeling that I can do it now. So I'm ready. So I started create stuff that, do research and stuff like this. And I was planning on opening center, like, at the end of this year for this season.
Right, and some of us were here 2 weeks ago, and we seconded her motion for her clinic to open in January. Remember? Rachel was here, Donna was here. Yeah.
So, and then I started, my move and this. So I kind of started getting an idea. Oh my God, I won't be able to do it this year. Maybe I'll do it next year. And then I thought, oh my God, next year I'm gonna say the same thing. No, I have to do it this year. It has to happen. So a few days back, I'm receiving a call from someone I know, and she has something similar what I want to create. I just want to do extra, and she is selling her business and she's offering it to me. So basically everything is set. Everything.
Woo!
I would just have to get a few bets, that's it. And this has been up for like three years, and they have people.
They have the clients.
coming. Yeah, clients, everything. I mean,
Wonderful. And where is it? What side of town? Or
Pine Ridge.
Pine Ridge. Excellent. And your other big asking for 3 years was to move from Fort Myers down to Naples, and you've done that.
And I'm moving on the 11th next month.
Congratulations.
But now I just need the money to buy that business.
Perfect.
Okay.
And now tell them,
I have money,
take
but-
one extra moment and tell them the 4 miraculous stories you have around money while we've been in the Miracle Group. One starting with your school. Okay, just take a minute and share with the new people so they can hear this
Almost
again.
everyone knows already.
That's okay. A few.
I'd like to hear it again.
Yeah. She has 4 miraculous stories around money.
4? Oh, you do
Hans,
math.
grab a chair.
I don't know that I had 4.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'll tell you. I'll remind you.
Okay. One is that I said I wanted to go to school and I wanted to do it free.
How are you? A long time.
Welcome back.
This is my brother, everybody.
His name is?
Hans. And this is the first time he's joining us in 6 years because he's from Chicago at the Miracle Group meeting. Just in time for the meeting. Yay. All right. Although he did Costa Rica excursion with us when we did our week in Costa Rica. Okay, keep going. So Skuyder's sharing.
So, and I said that my schooling has to be free. So I went to school, which actually cost, the price for school was about $23,000. So everything just kind of, I created, so everything put in places. They accepted me, and I didn't have to pay until I finished school and stuff.
And you had written in your parameters in the back of your asking journal all the parameters, and she wrote down one of the parameters being before she finished school, it would be paid off.
Yes, like, paid off and free of everything. And school actually closed earlier, and because of closing earlier, they forgave all debts. So I didn't have to pay for my school, which I graduated, had my license, everything, and no debts.
That's right.
God.
And then you wanted $6,000 for your Beamer. Yeah.
So that's Sky.
Okay, so then we all, and if somebody still wants a Beamer, please write it in your book. I'm reminding you again. So there were a few of us that wrote down that we're procuring a Beamer, and so the cost is $6,000,
Yeah,
and
the
6 of us
money-
got them that wrote it down.
Yeah. And the money came, I don't know from where.
Do you remember your mother?
6,000 came from my mother, 6,000 came from government.
Yes. So first she said, oh, I'm sure, is it a car I really prefer most, the Mercedes she has, or is it the Beamer I prefer first? And so then she said, this week which one did you get first, the car?
Beamer.
Oh, the Beamer. Okay, so this week she said it's a Beamer. Then she said, oh, got it, the car too. And so her mom told the real story about the property, the amount.
Oh yeah, my mom sold the piece of property that it was mine there. Yeah, it was again $6,000 for down payment.
And the cost of the Beamer was $6,000, and then your tax refund. How much was your tax refund?
Oh, I don't remember that now.
Yeah. So she also got a refund from the government, and so she was able to buy within a week her Mercedes that she had written all the
I
parameters.
think it took a little bit longer, but it was Beamer, because Beamer I had for 2 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And Mercedes I got this year. Is it this year?
No, that was
you
last
haven't.
year.
It was all at once. It was all at once within a couple weeks. So remember when we had left and everybody was ordering up their new cars? We talked about the meeting that everybody ordered a new car, and Irina came up with the car, and then Ursula drove up with a new car, and then Skuyder drove up with her white Mercedes. So
And I'm new and I'm going, I want to be part of this.
two Mercedes and a brand new. I think she has a Buick that Irina wanted. She wanted a more luxury car than what she had for the same payment, and she got that. So it was fun because one meeting sparked the interest for everybody to make this major asking, and then everybody came back with their askings. So
And
it was
now you
just
can
beautiful.
see why it's so important to really keep track and put a record down from all your miracles every day. So you see, like, it's kind of like, really, that came, and that came, and that came. When was that? So keep a record.
See, I asked to start like now, and I just need money to buy this business. I can start right tomorrow, like tomorrow.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
second
have
that.
to wait for another season.
Right, and so now because she's had so many miraculous stories around money, it's easy for her to ask again. Because she's had these great resolutions. And with this school, there was one more really great benefit, is school was just about done, and she said, oh, I think I'm good enough. It should just finish now. And this school that was in place for 11 years just decided, okay, we're done this week. They forgave her debt, and then usually you have to go do this whole practicum with them, and they said, oh, you're good enough.
So I don't have to do any of those.
And then she just went, and then she called me. Now I give Skuyder a lot of credit, so take heed from this. She called me up the day that she's all done and everything's done, and she says, oh, I'm going to apply to massage. And I said, well, that's nice. Where are you going to apply? Oh, the nicest hotel in town. With all my experience, right? And she got the job.
Yeah, I went there and they didn't even ask anything. They just hired me on the spot.
So when you think you need experience and you need years and all this, the fact is what you need is a declaration statement and parameters saying I am, and that's what we're going to work on tonight. That's why we're pre-leading into this. We're going to start doing focus wheels to improve our belief of the power we possess when we're willing to ask, seek, and knock. So this universe is set up with an absolute divine law, and that absolute divine law is that everything sits still until we ask, seek, or knock. So remember, right inside your thing right here, ask and it will be given, right? Seek and you shall find. And then for everyone who asks, receives. Remember, that's God's promise to us. Everyone who asks, receives. The one who knocks, the door will be open. All right, and so we share these stories because it's so fun to just see the miracles right here at this table, and they're big miracles and fun miracles, and we dream and play in those miracles. I remember we went out to dinner one night, we were talking about Skydra's white Mercedes. I said, you've got me so big in this dream. I was driving to Sanibel with Vilma, another miracle member, and I said, I see this white Mercedes on the side of the road. I'm like, maybe that's Skydra's for sale. It had a for sale sign. Then I drove back and I looked at it again, that's gotta be the one for Skydra. So the fun is get your friends involved in your dream. Get excited about it, have fun with it. All right, so there's two really big bits of information. So as I've gone away, and we'll share some more miracles in a minute, as I went away, and some of you have heard this story, but the one, I got to Australia, and I have two friends there, husband and wife, and I was going for 5 days, and I was on that course of a tour, so there was exact days in every place, and I was hitting Australia and Byron Bay on January 5th. So I said, oh my gosh, I've got to call them to see what day they're getting there. So I said, universe, God, it has to be January 5th. So guess what day they got there? January 5th. Okay, they were coming from New Mexico, and my friend Doug said, Carissa, I got this book, and it just reminds you of me of you. So he said, can you just read some of it and see what you think? So as I prayed further, like this book being divinely inspired, the second thing that came was Friday night. I was laying on the couch. It was 8 o'clock in the evening, and I was just kind of dozing off. And I said, I'm going to watch the movie The Secret, right? Like to get motivated once again for a big check in the mail or whatever. So the first time I watched The Secret with my husband, I was doing the dishes at the front sink there, looking at the television, and they were saying, ask for a big check in the mail. I said, I've never done that. I said, dear God, bring it on, a big check in the mail. Well, 2 days later, I was opening the mail at Gymnastics World, watching my kids do gymnastics, and I got a letter from my competition. And I said, I'm just going to leave that and throw it away, because why would I open something from a competitive company for my biofeedback? And I open it up, and there's a $3,000 check to me. And I thought, well, that's really strange, right? Because why would my competition pay me $3,000? I didn't do anything. And so apparently there was a sale of a piece of equipment that the person had said. And how anybody, remember now, this has to be really outside the universe, because who gives you a $3,000 check without a social security number or a 1099 or something? Anybody who's in accounting? It's not possible, right?
Well, it is, but they have a problem.
Can't write it off.
Well, they can. If they got audited, they would have a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so
People do it all the time.
yeah. So the idea is it was my big check, and it came within 2 days of me standing there. So I said, okay, it's time for another big check. So I'm going to watch The Secret. Well, I Googled on YouTube The Secret, but then some other secret came up, and it was subtitles from another country. So I rapidly fell asleep on the couch, and at 1 a.m, I wake up, and YouTube was linking different videos, similar videos together. And so I went to bed at 1 o'clock, and I woke up wide awake at 3 because I fell asleep at 8. And I said, okay, then I'm going to finish what I started. I'm going to watch The Secret. So I got back to my computer, and there was a book being read on my computer, and it's this book. And so it was very interesting. I'd never heard of this person before. She was born in 1871, Shin, and it was being read by a man, so I thought it was a man. And as I was listening to the book being read, I was saying, oh my gosh, this lady, now everybody who's read Ask You Shall Receive and know that I've never heard of this person before. She does stories, she does Bible verses, and she does the teaching that we're doing right now. So when I saw that it was a woman, it was a man reading the story, so I was like, oh gosh. Sylvia ordered the book. I listened to it quite a few times. It was remarkable. And she has added 2 little additional gems that we'll talk about tonight to our Ask You Shall Receive training. And then I said, a couple days later, it was Monday, yesterday I was getting car tags on the car, and I was in the parking lot, and I said, God, I'm going to go into the library, and I would like you to put my hands on, I'm envisioning I Can Believe In, the used bookshelf that's right there at the front entrance, and there will be a book that will absolutely talk about Connect to the Light, the book that we just finished. And it'll be a book that tells you everything, confirming the book we just wrote. And here it is, Beings of Light. So it is gifts, being of light for Porter.
Who's the
Light.
author?
It's 2
Wow,
ladies.
what a name.
Yeah, it's two ladies. One of them channeled all these things, and it gave us one more bit of very advanced information from all that we've done already, from our checklist that Sylvie's handed out. So we're going to add 2 little things onto our checklist tonight. All right, that we have, that will be 2 things that we can take and build on. All right, so here's her chapter, everybody. The power of the spoken word. Have you heard that before? Okay, so what she found, she called herself a metaphysician. And as a metaphysician, the invisible, and she was a physician to help people bring their dreams into manifestation. And people would come to her asking for, $40,000 business deals. They would ask for health. They would ask for wealth. They would ask for partnership and love. So there's another wonderful thing. So when the ones like Marianne who've been here for a while, and JJ would have done this, and Skyder and my brother would have done this with me. Maybe Cindy would remember this. We all made boards and we made a game, remember? And it was the game of life. It was a game that was fun for our life. And so the beginning title of her YouTube video was The Game of Life. And it was words and thoughts and how they create everything. So here we made the game of life as a board game together. We made it. Sylvie's made a copy. She showed a lot of you the copy.
Words and what?
Words and thoughts.
Thoughts.
Okay. Words being the main, so the power of the spoken word. So what she did was when people came to her, she came where 2 or 3 come together, she would speak over them, right? We call it prayer, we call it whatever, but she would do a declaration over them. Yes. So as we remember, our step 3 is declare in our 9-step method, and Ask and You Shall Receive, declare. So she would call it declare, make a declaration over someone. So to complete what we are doing. Oh yeah. To complete what we're doing though, we talked about us all having our all-knowing being readily available to us. So what is an all-knowing? And we gave some examples. Terry was talking about one day when she went skiing and she just knew she was called to ski all alone and to go out there, and she was fine and felt great. So our all-knowing is when all is well. And my brother's here, so I'm gonna share a fun little story from a long time ago, and he might forget this, but he might remember this.
But she remembers all the stories for us. So don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Our youngest sister graduated, so she would have been 21 years old, and now I'm 56 and my brother's 57, so a long time ago, but a good time ago. And he came to California for her college graduation, and we were going together in the car to drive to her from my apartment in Beverly Hills. You were there, and my date was going to pick us up, and my neighbor, Kathleen, and my brother, and the 4 of us were going to be in one car. And I started practicing something, and I want you to add this to your list. I started practicing, so I was about 24 years old at the time, the power of only allowing yes.
Oh yeah. Pretty much like that.
Yes, only allowing yes. So this date I had lunch with his uncle that day, and he said, my nephew had lunch with me yesterday. He said he's not coming. He's not going to be there. He's not, have you talked to him because you're just expecting that he's going to show up? I said, absolutely. He will show up 8 o'clock. I remember it exactly. At 8 o'clock, he will show up and he'll pick us up and take me to my sister's. It's a graduation dance, and we're all going to have a wonderful time at the Beverly Hilton. All right, so at 8:01, my brother's sitting in my apartment, right? And my girlfriend, the neighbor, she's over also, and she says to me, now, how sure are you? Because it's 8:01. And at 8:01 and a half, up comes this guy running up the stairs as fast as he can, like, and he said, I'm sorry I'm late. He said, I had to get a bigger car because my car is a 2-seater and you brought your brother. So I had to go rent a 4-seater car to accommodate you and your family, right? And we had a wonderful, lovely time. Do you remember that evening?
Yes.
Yes.
It was interesting. There was
Yes, and so that was when I really started practicing the power of yes. When you only give one option, then remember the 2 trees? We have the tree of life, and we have the tree of what we call the illusion of the knowledge of good and evil. When you live in the tree of life, there's only oneness. There's only oneness. When you live in the tree and you believe any of this illusion of the knowledge of good versus evil, happy versus sad, young versus old, if you're in that illusion, right, then that's that whole Adam has sinned thing that we've all heard of, right? Because he would live there. God lives in the tree of life with Jesus, the Holy Spirit, miracles, happiness. And I gave everybody here, and if you need another copy, get on with Sylvie, of the tree of life. We passed it out a few weeks ago, the tree of life with all the positive words. So the first exercise that we're going to do together today is this. If we're going to live in the tree of life, a few of us agreed together to master defensiveness this year, right? So please put that on your list of things to do that I handed out. Master defensiveness. And we've got an expert at the end of the table, Debbie, there. So call her or email her at any time because she's got a few steps in front of us on this one.
It's changing.
Yeah.
Please share.
Became aware of it.
Yeah, please share with us.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Share a little bit.
I did a little work with Voicer, and this was the first time I ever had the pendulum and everything. So I'm always happy. And what came up is that I had some emotions that was stuck with defensiveness. And when she said that, of course, I'm very defensive.
Oh, not me.
I can just see it every day. Getting better and better and better.
And what are you doing? First, you're recognizing it, and then tell them some of the steps you're taking to lay it down.
I'll go into another room, get on my knees, and I'll pray, and I'll ask God. Just look at my part in the situation, and just don't say anything.
Close your mouth. Duct tape.
And life has become so much easier
Right.
since I've been doing it.
So this is a new concept, everybody. And I want you to write this on your paper. You've got a book there, Hans, of that, and you can write it right in your book. And it's agreement, if you will, to shed our free will. This is a new concept. Shed your free will. Whoa. Because what do we associate Adam with? Free will. What if we set down free will? Because over here in the tree of life, there's only absolute awesomeness. Right? Everything already has your initials on it. That's great. And they have your initials and your initials and your stuff on and your initials on your stuff. So how about we make an agreement to shed our free will? Yeah, that's a big concept. Because if we shed our free will and we go into the tree of life called oneness, then defensiveness is gone, because that's part of our free will, right? If we want to open our mouth or not. Shed, get rid of. Allow, gone. Peel off, yes. And now let's all decide and agree that we're going to come forth from a place of oneness. Let's let go and let God. Okay?
Can I ask something?
Sure.
How does that work with asking if you're going to just say whatever, God's
Okay.
will?
It's aligning our wills. So this is the first part of a two-part advancement that we're going to go for. So we're going to enter into the realm of harmony, peace, and surrender, love and compassion, right? We're going to lose anything less than that. So those weird words like pain and arguing and babbling and all this. And we're going to become the beacon of light. And so how are we going to do that? We're going to actually make a declaration statement to shed our free will and live in all those power things we talked about. The realm of harmony, peace, surrender, love, compassion, God, His oneness, the Holy Spirit, all those good words, right? Because when we live in that and we've declared to shed, remember with free will goes this thing called sin. That this illusion that people keep throwing on you. How about we just shed that and make our own new story? And our new story is to line our will with the perfection that God had taken for us from the beginning of time. Wow. I prefer to now sit together and call back everything that God has in store for us from the beginning of time. Doesn't that sound cool?
Prayer.
And it's got each of our initials embroidered on it. So it's ours.
Okay, let's make a circle and make sure that one hand is receiving and one is giving.
One up and one down. So we have to switch.
I thought we said
One up and one down.
You're seeing the other way. The other way. That's it.
so the right hand is on top. No, right hand is on top. Right hand is on top. Right hand on top.
Right hand on top.
Right hand on top. Because hands are still the other way around. Yes.
She comes in through your left hand, crosses your heart, and goes out your way.
All right.
So you're all set?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you have the declaration statement. Oh, you have it here. Okay. Ready? Are we ready? For the first time, most of us. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you and we welcome you in this place, and thank you for the awareness. And this is quite a big awareness tonight for the first time. And we ask, dear Lord, in your heavenly realms and your great power, that there is only gain, and we know that, God. And so what we are doing here is that we will set down everything that is a divider and call in our oneness, that we will set down and free ourselves from this illusion of the separateness, this shedding of free will. We call in our shedding of free will because we know that you've got a will that if we align with your will, that it is huge will, and we can color it with any colors. You've got the outlines, and we can use our markers and use our creativity. So at this moment, each of us, if we wish to, offer and lay on the altar our free will, calling in this great place, from this great place of a oneness, as we let go and let God, that we're entering into this realm of harmony, peace, surrender, love, mastering defensiveness. We have compassion. We lose anything less than these great words. And for the first time, we're saying, yeah, that makes sense. We're living in the tree of life here. Our total focus in the tree of life, where everything already has our initials on it. And we give back any particles in us that belong to somebody else as we welcome in all of the divine pieces of our life, of our past, that were meant for us. And if we have given any deals away, any money away, anything that really is ours, we accept it back in, Lord, because we know it has our initials on it. It was always ours. It will always be ours. So we, at this point, if we wish to, go ahead and call forth, and out loud everybody say, I call forth
I call forth
everything that's mine
everything that is mine
in this whole universe.
this whole universe that has my initials on it.
That's right. It's mine. It's set forth for me. I accept it back in. I accept it in now. And I bring to the next degree of that we are multipliers. So if you believe you're a multiplier, say, I am a multiplier.
I am a multiplier.
So bring back my things and multiply it.
Bring them back.
Multiply it in the greater good. Wow.
Everything I
More
have
and more.
already is blessed.
Yes.
Bless and multiply.
Bless it and multiply it, Lord, and we accept that back in. And if there is something that we choose to let sit down, and there was a divine peace that is equal or better, bring that peace in, so that we know that everything that has gone out, that there is a peace, a divine inspired peace to our lives that is equal and better, and we call that in. We call that equal peace and that better peace in.
Okay, everything will be restored, or I receive its equivalent multiplied.
Everything is restored, or I receive the equivalent multiplied. Yep, go ahead and speak it out loud.
Everything is restored. Equivalent multiplied.
Receive the equivalent multiplied.
I see and receive.
Mm-hmm.
And we go forth from goodness.
Yep. As we go forth in oneness and goodness, everyone. Oneness and goodness. Yes, we've set down that old thing that was tripping us up a little bit. So nice to have set it down. In oneness and goodness we go forth.
We choose from now on to live in the tree of life.
Yes, I choose to now on live in the tree of life.
And there's only a yes.
And there's only yes. And I accept all the yeses. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. It is complete, so be
A
it.
complete work is done.
That's why Jesus said it is a complete work on the cross. Amen. Thank you, everyone.
In your holy name, Jesus. Amen.
Yeah, it is finished. It's a complete work.
Money coming now.
Yes. Yes. All right, so
Look,
please.
it's walking in through the door.
Yeah. Okay. So please add in on your sheets or in the back of your book. Is there a pen there for you, Hans? Here. Okay. So add in shed your free will as a box to make sure that if you're ever going back in and wanting to make sure, and you're replacing it with oneness, the tree of life, and that you are calling in everything that is rightfully yours, or its divine equivalent, multiplied. All right, so as this lady in her book Shin, this lady Shin, she wrote, she would do that. People would come to her and they would say, and she would say, well, I'm not sure I can pray for that exact person to come in your life, but I can say if this was the divine inspiration, God, for me, bring that in, or bring me the divine equivalent multiplied. All right? And I'm so excited to add that to our...
So light shines in darkness, but there is no separation. Jesus went out to peace.
Yeah. So light shineth in darkness. There is no darkness. The illusion of separation is the only darkness that ever possibly we thought existed. It was just an illusion.
Oh.
All right, so all of us are setting separation down.
Setting separation down?
Yeah, because our free will is our separation. It's the verses. Some of you were here for the verses meetings that we had. So if it's good versus bad, if it's young versus old, if it's creation versus evolution, right? We all know we're evolving. We have different size socks. So we're evolving to a certain degree. So there's always, we're changing. Everybody here is different every 10 years. So there is creation, there is evolution. Can we understand its oneness? It's all part of our growth. And so here, the love that we have is love. And the love isn't our love. The love is a vibration that God set in place, and we're just playing in it. So you can't take love from another person, and you can hardly give love to another person. There just is love, and you play in it. And what's nice is maybe if we laugh and smile more, those vibrations can transfer around easier and faster. All right, so that was God's gift to this group, because in this last week, those 2 people in books, or 3 people in books came right to us. And like I said, it was totally divinely inspired. And it was just fun that they came in at that moment and they talk. The one book is all about the light. And I'll actually read one more antidote in the book after Schedule Raid sit down. I just wanted to share how similar all this. We know that the truth is the truth. And when you hit the truth, it's going to come from everybody's mouth, the exact same words even. I'm just going to read a little quote from here. So I had fun as I just kind of paged through this, and I knew it was, so divinely inspired for us and our group, just the way I got it. And it said, "The law of your planet requires that assistance be given when it is asked for. So the only time the planet can help you is if it's asked for." Just remember that, folks. Because the law of your planet requires that it be a free will soul. Now, guess what? If we just set that down, we can go directly to the universe. So that means your own free will supersedes any will that may be externally imposed upon you, good, bad, or indifferent. There are exceptions to these rules, but for the most part, your free will planet requires us to wait until you asked for assistance, and to only give you assistance when we have been asked for it.
You have not because you asked not.
Yeah, you have not because you've asked not. Why? Because it was a law, like the law of sowing and reaping, set up before the beginning of time, before man came onto this planet. Remember to call upon us to bring you help. This is God and his guidance. Remember to call upon us even in moments where you believe what you wish for, though you believe is unworthy for asking. Ask and call upon us, even over matters that seem trivial. It is the details that sometimes you spend the most amount of time finding yourself lost and confused in. Just ask. All right, so here is just channeling from some strange ladies from 2003, who knows, and they're doing just exactly what we're doing. And that's she's channeling like Metatron and Michael and Raphael and all the angels, the archangels, and Melchizedek, which is a prophet. So she's channeling all these different. It's just so wonderful because here it's another way of saying exactly what we're saying. Okay, the interesting thing though now, as we put together, it's even better. Our asking can get even simpler when we've set our free will down and gone to oneness, because now every thought, word, or deed immediately does the attraction. All right. Then why do we do focus wheels, which we're going to practice right now? We do them for ourselves to gain confidence. That's why we do focus wheels. So Sylvie's showing you a sample. Everybody take one of your note pages in your book and let's make a focus wheel.
So it's basically a sun, so a circle in the middle with all the rays, all the spokes on a wheel.
Most of us have done this.
Like a big sun.
Yep.
Like a big sun. And this is going to be interesting now because we will go around the table and I wish to know everyone's biggest thing, what they wish to increase in their life. So what kind of situation you have in your life where you wish to increase your belief about. So, and I can give you some examples if you wish. So like we did like one before about I'm worthy of God's love. Or I just had the inspiration when Carissa was speaking that a lot of people maybe want to ask for, I'm worthy to ask for my desires. That's something to start with. Or to work on that. Yeah, or so I have like a whole list here. I'm enough. I love myself. I'm abundant. I know my gifts and talents. I'm financially free. So get
we're
inspired
talking
now.
about the middle, the bullseye, and we're asking everybody to put something in the bullseye. For you, you've already shared that it's the finances for your, I have the finances for my clinic. Okay? So we know that that's hers. You have
So
a
we
health
have-
thing, right? I know that I know that I'm healthy.
I'm healthy.
Every
yes.
cell of my
I
body
have
is
faith.
healthy.
I'm confident.
Okay,
I
so
love
I
to
feel
exercise.
good and I'm healthy.
I own
Can't
my
use that
life.
word. I feel great.
I see myself as God sees me. I'm self-assured. I know my next step, so get inspired. So I wish to go around, like maybe you have something that I can still add. Or like all my friends serve me, or like she forgive us.
For you, Hans, you might write your next career success and financial success, that kind of thing. Cindy, you know yours. Get a pen out. She did what?
So write your asking in the middle.
Oh, yeah, you didn't
Make
know.
it
Here.
visible to you.
Here.
Make your asking like what you want to increase your thing about.
Oh,
So, like-
so this is my asking that goes
Yes,
there. And
we
then
only
I-
take one thing.
One
Your
thing.
biggest
Oh.
thing. Take one.
Here. I'm
Put
giving
it
you
in the middle.
Cindy.
All right.
Here. There's no pages in the back. It's okay, you need 3 or 4 notebooks. I have like 8, okay? Okay, what are you putting in the middle? Health? Okay. And weight, perfectly. Because I'm going to help you with that. Okay. All right, now that everybody has a goal, you have your career?
Okay, let's go around and share.
My career is part of this.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay, read it out first.
Okay. My middle says, I know that I am abundantly and financially wealthy and free.
So what
Okay.
can you believe about it already?
What do you mean?
What can you believe about this thing?
About yourself, that
Oh,
That this
so
is
put
truth.
these all on here.
Yes. So that's what we do now. We are like
okay,
looking
so
for
maybe
reasons.
one thing we can all is God has my perfect abundance already planned, right?
I wrote on here, I have a satisfying job. That was one.
And one that always goes is I'm God's child.
What?
I'm God's child, and He wishes me well. So He's my Father.
Child.
God's child.
I'm a child of God. So how do we know that this can happen? Because I'm a child of God, right? So we know the miracles are within us. Okay, so one of your spokes is I am a child of God.
And I can do the same things.
With an error.
And greater.
Everybody has a pen? Everybody's writing? There's another pen? Anybody needs it? Okay. Yes, so I am a child of God, right? Okay, so
So we're
If-
supposed to fill in all the...
yes,
Okay.
what is it that you can believe already? Does anybody here at this table believe in miracles? Okay, I believe in miracles. That's a pretty darn good spoke, right?
Yeah.
I did. God has my perfect abundance. It's already here from the foundation of this world. Okay, get
Everything
specific.
good comes from God.
Yeah. All right, keep going. What can you believe about yourself? Does everybody here have an education? Would that help you? We're privileged. You can write, we're privileged. Wow. We can all speak English and maybe some second language. We're all educated. Yeah, we're privileged. We can receive, we're achievers here. Look at this.
Marianne,
Everybody here has an
what is your
education at
asking?
this
Take a
table.
second.
I am financially free and secure in my abilities and talents, and I enjoy and love my life. I love myself. I believe in miracles.
I have the whole list you typed up for me the other day.
Uh-huh. So God is with me. God is with me, right? So, right, God is with me. You don't want to use the word
you don't
alone.
want to use
God
that
is
word,
with me,
yes.
always. Okay? So every word matters because it moves matter.
Okay, what do you have there to share with us? Like one thing you believe in.
Everybody go around and
Life
share
is
one spoke.
Easy and beautiful.
Yeah, right?
Great.
Life is easy.
Debbie,
My life is
what is
beautiful.
your asking? We can second.
I am healthy and fit.
Yes. So you can
Okay.
write down, I have a gym membership already. And I go regularly.
I go there 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Wait, is this Debbie's?
Yes.
Debbie, join the Y with us.
She's at Shapes.
Oh, you have shapes?
Yeah.
Oh, it just will motivate your butt.
She needs a group to motivate her.
That's what I'm saying. We go.
Yeah, everybody needs a workout buddy anyway.
No, you can't do
yeah.
it by yourself. There's no way.
It's so fun.
Okay, there's one. Join more than one gym.
So in February,
I do. I go to more than one church.
I keep you up to it.
I go to 3 different
3 times a
churches.
week.
You know,
Every
I go
morning
to more
with my
places to work out. Yeah.
So what else
Okay,
can you
who
do
else
for
has
her?
a good one? Rachel, what do you have?
I am worthy.
Okay, so I am worthy. Does everybody have that on there?
No, they gotta make another spoke.
Yeah, make as many as you want.
I can
What else,
see,
Rachel?
move, run.
Yes. Your body is
Okay.
healthy, yes.
Does everybody believe I deserve it? Put it on your spokes. Do you deserve your greatness?
Oscar, what do you have for us to second?
It's all right because you're gonna do a parameter sheet on this too. We're gonna go back here and fill out an entire parameter sheet. This is just to help your belief
What
begin.
need is like
Get the chug moving. So Cindy, what do you have on yours? Perfect health. Okay, that's what you're putting in the middle?
Financially abundant. My wealth is abundant.
Okay.
And more.
And wealth. Please add that.
Right, but the word need is the one word that's a word that actually, this is what I'm learning about.
That's right.
I'm not an expert in it.
That's how the universe operates. Once you're stamped, it can only come to you. So the only person who it can be returned to is you. It's waiting for the asking.
And then abundance is always going to take away. Yeah.
Perfect. How about
Not to like.
how about this one?
criticize
I
everyone,
ask,
I just
so I will
Always
receive.
crammed, jammed, and overflowed.
I ask,
My
so I
bank
will
account is
receive.
healthy and overflowing.
Okay, everybody here we're power askers. I ask, thus I will receive. Right, everybody?
We probably all ask, but we don't ask for the right things. So we gotta ask for the positive things.
Yep,
In goodness,
We
yes.
always get what we ask.
that's right. It's always going to return back to you.
Even if it's
So the
not
tree
what
of
you reap
life
what you
only
sow.
has my
Yeah.
asking.
Now to save God is not enough.
That's right.
So
Right.
So
So proper
How come I have
mouth.
millions of dollars in my bank accounts?
Sure.
Yes.
So
Might as well.
Deb was talking about defensiveness.
Yes.
So I have issues with that. Okay.
We all do. It's called humanity because we lived in the other tree for so long. Defensiveness.
I have issues with it. And my asking is, I wish to restore harmonious relationships in my family.
Okay.
My whole family has issues.
Right.
Defensiveness and anonymous.
Defensiveness Anonymous.
Isn't it anonymous?
Anonymous. Like the group. We could be in a
Anonymously
group.
defensive. There we
I am
go.
the queen of defensiveness.
I mean the meetings, you know, like.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
So what do I say?
My name is
Abundance.
Sylvia and I'm
Harmonious. Add that word in, please.
My name is.
A rich,
I'm
a wealthy life.
I'm anonymously defensive.
Hey, I'm defensive free for 1 week now. I gotta show it. I gotta tell again.
It's only 24 hours at a time.
Oh yeah, wait. Terry can lead the Defensiveness Anonymous
Hey,
meetings.
I have not gone to an AA meeting since I've been coming to these meetings. So. Heck of a lot
You have
more
to show us how they're
positive and
operating.
fulfilling.
Defensiveness Anonymous meetings. It's good.
So how do I say this? I mean, what do I say to make this?
I choose to set down this past behavior, my past behaviors
So
that
only
serve me
I can
less.
set mine down. I can't
Yeah.
ask to have them set theirs down. Or
There's no them.
Maybe acceptance. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So let's. This is a great example, and Terry will allow me to say this. So the other day she came and she was. a
Wait,
little,
I didn't ask. You didn't ask me.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, "Oh my gosh, I told my son some truth," and then he said, "Mom," and he started yelling at me. I said, "Well, then you did a very good job, right? You taught him how to yell."
Yeah.
Okay.
I did,
So
'cause I was
you
a
did a
yeller.
very good job if your whole family's defensive.
yeah.
it's all my fault.
There's no fault. You just
I'm
did a good
talking
job.
about my brothers, my mother. You know, not just.
You all
my kids.
accepted it.
I think it's
See it that way.
There's a smorgasbord of life in front of each of us. What are you going to set down now?
Well, I
Feed
wrote
on
this
something
down.
else. The goodness, the light, everything we talked about today in this meeting. Feed on that. So the first thing, though, is to, just like you're holding that pen called, let's say this is defensiveness,
Another big thing.
set it down. It's one decision. And now we're going to replace it with all those good prayers we had. Oneness, happiness, harmony, peace.
Compassion, peace, and surrender.
That's what you're going to
And love,
replace
lots
it.
of love. It just
Bring more love.
yeah.
You know, here, can I share something?
So you can put here, I am love.
Everybody put love as a spoke on the
Because
wheel.
you are
We
so
all believe in
lovely.
love, right? Put love there.
Look, within
Yeah.
here, within us, like everyone just loves you and you love everyone.
So, Teresa, remember when I first met you and I was telling you about my
Yes,
daughter?
and this is
Uh-huh.
and this is the truth.
It's a miracle.
And so I was telling her about my daughter, and we just were struggling. She's 19, she's living at home, and it's just been a battle. And Teresa told me to do something for her with love for 40 days. So like a little note, have something like a little, like grabbed something from the store, you know, fold her clothes in a drawer, whatever, you know, all these little things. And I haven't done it for 40 days in a row, but I mean, I've been doing it for months now, just little things. And she's changed, and she's so appreciative, even though she's still like herself, but I see this calmness in her that wasn't there before. And it's really helped me because it's by doing those things for her, it's made me love her more instead of resent her. Because I was resenting her in my home.
And it's a vibration we send out comes back, so we reap what we sow. Remember?
Okay, so maybe one of the things we can believe in is random acts of kindness,
Yeah.
right? Can we all believe that would help us get our goal?
Yes.
So let's just put however you want it. I just call it random acts of kindness. And you can pick it to anybody. You can give it to anybody. If we just hand out acts of kindness, it's going to help us get where we wish to be.
Today I had to take my son in for a test, and there's an old man sitting there and waiting for his wife for her test. And I kind of did the random act of kindness. I sat down next to him and I just said, "So how are you doing today?" And he just started sharing a little bit and then a little bit more, and you could tell he needed someone to talk to. His wife's 81, she's going through a bunch of stuff, and it was just, I felt like I was sitting next to him to love on him and to be a good listener for what he was going through. And he wasn't complaining and whining or that kind of stuff. He was just kind of sharing little things, and I saw this love in him for his wife, even though he's being her caretaker, and she's 81 and he's probably in his 80s. It was just interesting to be in that spot, and I knew that God had placed me there. Otherwise, he would have sat there by himself and he wouldn't have had any, all these things. He was alone. He wasn't alone because God used me to connect with him.
Okay, so that's exactly what you said. So one spoke on your wheel might be, I've seen others achieve this. So whatever your goal is, have you ever seen anybody achieve it before you? So write down, it can be done. I've seen proof. This can be done. We've seen it.
Okay, JJ.
I witnessed it. Other people have done this, or other situations have made this happen. So this can be done. I witnessed it.
Asking and then just share one or two. So JJ is sharing now her asking
Okay.
that we can second it.
All right, so JJ's going to read her whole asking. Go ahead.
So, all of it?
No, just
Go ahead.
like the asking and then choose.
Yeah, choose a few spokes.
I am completely healthy and whole.
Go ahead.
Good.
Read some spokes.
Abundance is overflowing. Life is magical and fun.
Yeah, there I have a vision. So the vision of what is my ideal health. I know what my ideal health looks like.
I have vision of greatness.
I know what my ideal health looks like.
Yeah.
Future.
So you
I
can
like
say,
yours.
I
I
know
receive
what my
miracles in
ideal,
every
whatever that situation
That's
is.
Skyder's
looks like.
favorite one. I receive miracles in every moment.
Oh, no. It's perfect creation of God.
Yeah. God created me perfect. That is a really great one.
You write that. God created me perfect. That helps people.
Food,
Me perfect, yeah. So I second that for your help.
You can.
I have all the abundance.
Yes, you can.
We have supplements.
So everybody has
We
I
have knowledge
deserve.
about
Everybody has I
medicine.
deserve.
Food is like medicine.
I am worthy.
Yeah.
Everybody has I'm worthy. I deserve.
I gotta put I deserve what?
So one of the spokes we had is God loves to share.
Because then we might.
So remember that you're His child. He loves to share with us. He loves to share His abundance with us.
Well-being.
I love
Yes.
I love my body
I
and
love
my
my
soul.
body, my mind, and my soul.
Yeah, I gotta change that. Yes.
Because it's like all
you
perfect.
can go
It's
back,
positive.
yes.
Say I deserve it.
I love my body, my positive mind.
So I deserve everything good.
Yeah.
It's good. The fun is that's why we have a pen. Everybody can go in and edit and edit and edit.
So I speak perfect words over it.
Yep.
In my own little happy place, yeah.
Okay, does anybody believe that being part of this miracle group could help you? Oh yeah. I am a member of the miracle group.
What'd you say? I speak words.
I speak the right words over it. I declare over it. I
That's a
speak
good
right.
one, yeah.
Because we know when we ask, we receive.
Does everybody put on there, I have seconding energy? 2 or 3 have come together. Here we are right now. We're doing
So
this
everyone
together.
reads their out, and we already gave seconding energies. So who is still yet to read out theirs that we can second?
So I understand and accept 2 or 3 have come together honoring this.
I don't know
I
if you
am
have
a
a second
powerful
one.
energy. Beautiful, powerful.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
Right there.
I am a powerful
Second by
energy.
asking.
Wow, very powerful.
Did you hear that? I am a powerful energy. JJ shared that. I'm a powerful energy.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, another spoke. So let's go through the absolutes of the universe and make sure that we have them on there. Number 1 is I ask. So everybody has something that I asked. So it starts, everything here is going to happen, number 1, just as simple as I asked. Okay, number 2 is I edited my words. Did everybody, we're talking about right here, we're putting positive words, so I edited my words.
I prayed over it.
Yep.
I prayed.
Third was where 2 or 3 come together in my name. So everybody knows that the power of the universe is already in action because here we are gathered together.
Agreement.
Say that again.
We're in agreement. 2 or 3 come together in agreement. So that's already happening right here in front of us.
I'm the matching vibration.
Yep. Number 4, we're all vibrating with belief and faith right now, right? So I vibrate with faith in the Lord, right? If everybody vibrates with faith,
And
all right?
confidence.
Yep. And we go forth in confidence. Everybody here believe that they can go forth tomorrow in confidence and every day.
I hope so. have a really
I
good
go
tomorrow.
forth in confidence. Okay, and then another one that we want to add with confidence is, and you can say this however you want, but the story of in Kings where the kings went forth when Isaiah said, dig your ditches and I will fill them with water.
Yeah,
Okay, so now let's think about this.
in
And
2
Terry's
Kings.
gonna, in 2 Kings, so let's say, and let's each make a few plans of what it is to dig our ditches. How are we preparing the soil? So Terry is gonna share a few things. She's getting a new job, a new career, and she's starting to dig her ditches. I'm using that as a term. Tell us what you're doing too.
Okay. First of all, I went through my resume and changed wording and edited my words, took off things that didn't need to be there, added things that should have been. I went out and bought 3 new interview suits. One
Work suit. It's
pants
not
suit,
interview suit. It's work suit.
work suits to start using for my interview. But no, I
And
bought
job,
one,
and job.
and my job. Yeah. Well, I have a career, but I'm just anyway. I am.
You bought the
I
pad.
bought this. All right, so I ordered a left-handed leather portfolio with my initials on it. monogram, and it's chartreuse, which is a totally different color. So when I'm sitting there, that is me. I'm not like black and red. I was gonna do red, but I thought, no, I'm gonna do something totally different. And
We planned your whole office.
we've already sat down and we've declared the job. We've designed the office. I have all my pens ready.
So for you, this
I
is
have
part
a
of the
basket ready
design.
to bring into my new office. Is what I have.
That's right.
In a basket.
So she wanted to have a Bible in her office. She would like to have a trash can in her office. So she's digging her ditches by purchasing in good faith. So if you're going to have a new condo or a new apartment or house, buy new sheets. Something that you can believe in to start building your belief system that you're digging your ditches so that God can fill it with water. All right? So each of us, if we go forth in confidence, Jesus said, look out over the fields. And he said, even though it looks as if there's only seeds right now, can you see forth in 4 months? Can you see the wheat grown? Can you see the harvest? So he's
the ditches
telling
are
us.
filled with water, and the water just suddenly appeared the next
Right.
day.
So there was no rain.
But then it also
They
showed-
just were filled with water.
And he also tricked the other people, the Moabites.
Yep.
Moabites.
Moabites,
When the water was there, the sun was reflecting off the water, and the enemies thought it was blood. And so it actually was more than just giving the water, it was also using it to multiply the power of the Israelites against their enemy.
Right.
I
And so
just
that they
wanna-
could go forth and gain all the territory they wished.
Yes,
So
and do
to
what God told them to do.
Day on the tree of life, I just want to say when we say we dig a ditch, it's not to lay in it, it's to fill it with abundance.
So it's to take an action is another way to say it. To take an action to see that your seeds that are sown are already full, ready for harvesting. All right, so take an action or a couple of actions to stay in your dream. We go back to the simple story of when I had the screen after the hurricane, and I started playing with the thought of having the screen done and having the screen in my hand, and it was my birthday, so I said, I'll ask for the screen for my birthday tomorrow. And when I had so much fun with talking and playing and calling the screen company, how do you manufacture? How many shifts do you have? Just to play in it, right? I had never talked to anybody about screen before. And when I started playing in it, the universe started playing with me. And so that screen, remember that there was no delivery to Ace Hardware here in Naples, although my screen was sitting on their floor with my name on it. So just like the Bible says, how did the water get there? God provided it. And that's that. Zero rain, zero anything. He filled the ditches all by himself miraculously. So when we put down here on our focus wheel, I believe in miracles. Are you ready for them, folks? So do you believe that things are coming supernaturally? That's another spoke. Do you believe? Are you ready to receive supernaturally? So I am willing to receive supernaturally.
What was the naturally?
Supernaturally.
Supernaturally.
God only works one way, supernaturally. So if you are willing to receive supernaturally, then write it down. I am willing to receive supernaturally.
I like knowing or envisioning that, like you say, it's already there,
Yeah.
and we just walk forward in faith
And confidence, victorious.
and in confidence.
Yes.
This is it. I get concerned, like with work. I've done this with the 2 jobs I had when I got here. Where, yes, this is absolutely it. They need me. This is what I do. I'm the person. But it doesn't always mean that it's going to last for a long time. So I feel like yes, those were all those right decisions, but there's more. He has more for me. He's preparing me to move forward more.
So if that's a belief that you like to live in, variety or more, then you just write and more. So remember, on all of our things, and more can be a spoke or on the bottom of our page.
I'm going to put it as
Especially for our finances, and more.
And
so
then
like our
initially a
neogenomic
page
stock, when I
and
wrote
give it around.
Hunts, I always wrote and more. And God really surprised me with the and more because he doubled my asking. So he's a multiplier and we are multipliers. All right, so this is...
So give your thing around. We can initial it all, segmenting all your askings.
Yep. Put your neighbors, put a few initials on your page, everybody. Put some initials on the pages.
One round, round and round. And then when you're ready, take your daily asking journal. And if you're yet to fill out your page for today or for tomorrow, let's do one page for tomorrow.
Okay, and I'm going to talk everybody through it one more time, and we're going to set the timer for 5 minutes. So after this goes around and we initial each other's books and you end up with your book back.
Oh, wait. Wow, who's this guy, right?
That's mine, Donna.
Okay. Teacher says you get A+ for handwriting.
You gave that to me already, remember, for my poster?
Oh, okay.
So I know, I always go forth with my A+ from Donna. I know that. Oh, I love that, how the spokes like even extend to the next page. Look at this, guys. This is so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Moving.
Oh, look at that nice drawing.
I know. It can become very creative. God speaks.
And God is a creative God.
He's creative. Look how everybody's so different.
And so
All right.
uniquely beautiful. Okay, I have mine back, so everyone shall be.
Okay, when they get back, grab your book back or.
To all look the same. Like I've seen them.
These are so good with the top pen.
I don't think I
Did you do that one? This is mine.
Can we keep the ones we like?
Do you give me ones we like? The prettiest ones, right? Did you do this one? Did you do that one? Okay, I got mine back. It must have gone around all the way around. Okay, everybody, take your tomorrow page in your daily asking journal. Tomorrow. We have journals if anybody needs to buy a journal, $10. Okay, here are the categories.
Someone is missing book here.
Coming back down.
Okay.
2 books missing.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Open up to a page and let's go through it again. Everybody take 1 second, write 5 or 6 things they're grateful for. Yes. This is a 5-minute exercise, everybody. So we're going to time it. Will you put your phone? Yeah, 5 quick things. God, Jesus. Okay, may I make a comment? Every day you should be grateful for yourself. So your name is the first name in that box. Remember, X plus Y, X has to be in the equation. Okay, I'm grateful for, and put your name in there. Okay, why we're grateful for us so God can play with us. If we're not there, there's nothing going on. Okay? Your name and God go in there, and then whatever else you want to be grateful for, put it on in there. All right, next box. So 5 words, next box. Next box is what may I do differently to allow more happiness in my life? Swim, jump, sing, go to Miracle Group meeting. Anything you want. Have a friend, go to the gym with a friend. Go to the gym. What could you do different that would allow more happiness and peace in your life? Believe in yourself, whatever it is. Smile. All right, we got our 1 word or 2 words in there. I have fun and celebrate this day by anything that's fun. Miracle Group. Everybody should write tonight that it was the Miracle Group meeting. It could be go to church. It could be go to a dance. It could be go to the YMCA. Whatever.
Fun and what?
And I celebrate this day. So whatever you did today to celebrate, or if this is your celebration, this is always my celebration. I love coming here. Thank you all for showing up. It's really fun to see all the miracles. Okay, next box. I ask with intention for. All right, everybody, this is your box you're leaving with God. All right? I ask with intention for. This is your box you're leaving with God. These are huge things. I ask him for $1 million. Cindy, this is your $7 million, okay? Okay, this is a box that you're just writing it down and leaving it for God. You're not thinking how you're going to get it. You're not going to think who's going to give it to you. This is just God. You know, so if it's your next career, then great career. That's because it goes in the box. And then why? Why do you want a great career? Okay, so put down right next to it, why? And remember, it's as simple as the universe flows with you when you stay in your vision. When the kids ask me for $20, and I use this all the time, at 11 o'clock at night to buy chocolate, I said no until they said it was Father's Day tomorrow and he wants chocolate chip cookies, okay? One why. Change the course of the action. Okay? I want one powerful why. It's fun. It's time. I depend on my money, right? Whatever it is, it'll ease me, Lord. God wants us to feel ease. It's the right thing for me, Lord. So call out a why or two. All right? So we have one big asking. If you have a company, put the success of your company in there. If it makes you feel good, the why is it feels good. Remember, feeling good is a very big motivational, vibrational match. All right, next box, everybody. Gains and miracles created. All right, here's where my box comes in. Can you grab that, Sylvie? Okay, today, my miracle is this, everybody. My husband I have 5 glasses left in my set. These are the only glasses he likes. So we went to Marshall's, and on the way in the parking lot, I was with Sylvia. I said, those glasses will be there. So there are 3 different brands of these exact glasses. Half the shelf at Marshall's is filled with these glasses in all different brands. So I had every different, yes, there were 5, I bought 5 boxes of them. They were $9.99, so I'm set for the next 5 years. Okay, so that's my gain. Why? Because I went in with a miracle. I said, one stop. Right.
Talk about
Yeah. So, yeah, I mentioned it last meeting, right? So Cindy and I were in Atlanta, and we were buying a piece of furniture, and she said, we really need an IKEA. And I said, okay, Cindy, you know, usually here we have to drive all the way there. She says, yeah, we really need an IKEA. And she's going on her phone looking at it. And then my daughter pulls up IKEA, and it says you can walk. It's the next building.
It was amazing.
Oh, it was so amazing. It was in the next parking lot. So we went to IKEA and bought the same piece of furniture much cheaper.
Where is that?
In Atlanta. So we had no idea, right? We're just sitting in Target saying, we need an IKEA right now.
You know why those glasses mean something to me? Because I've caught myself, and maybe some of you have too, to go into a store and say, I just know they're not going to have it.
Yeah, and I do it the opposite.
Stop.
Right.
Yes.
You go in the store
Yeah.
high-fiving yourself that
Yes.
you're going for that product. We walked right in, walked
Yeah.
right to that shelf, and bought
Yeah.
5 boxes. So you know Marshall's, everybody, how many of something do they usually have?
Yeah, that's amazing.
2, right, maximum, right. Okay, so and we left some on this, we bought 5 boxes and we left some on the shelf.
And the next thought is also if it's yet to be in the store. So if you find yourself looking at the aisle and somehow your item is somewhere else,
In the universe,
yeah,
in the molecule
you
still.
go out of the store, you declare your thing, and you go back in.
You'll go back, yeah.
And it'll be on the shelf. Or you just turn around. This is our sister did this. So she had a 2-for-1 sale, and the lady said, oh, lady, that's the wrong thing. It's not going to go. So she just said, excuse me a minute. She literally just turned around. She said, hello, I have 2 pieces here. I'm here for the 2-for-1 sale. They, oh, that's perfect. And she just rings it up. She was at the bank, the same thing. They're like, lady, you can't do this. She goes, oh, 1 minute. She turns around and she says, I declare this is working. Here this is. Oh, I'll cash that check for you. So she just turns around.
That out, or
She declares it out to round behind herself,
like
out loud
Out loud, yeah.
to herself. She goes, okay,
the
God,
lady
this is
heard it.
happening now.
Yeah.
She turns around and then it's
That's
all ready to go. So my mother, our mother, my brother and I, she had to get this fabric for lining, and she went into the fabric store here, Joann's. And so she went, and there was 0 fabric on the rack, and then she said, okay. So she walked around a little further, and then she went back. She said, I'm going to have this fabric now. And 0 fabric, and she said, my daughter would leave this place with fabric. So she said, I'm leaving this store. She's talking to the God in the store with fabric. She got the fabric. She went back, it's there. And she had an exact price that she was going to pay and a number of yards she needed.
Is
And
that
it was
making
exactly.
a demand on the universe?
Yes,
Yeah.
because God is serious.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
it exactly
What's the
like we
point?
said. And so my brother and I were goofing around, and he wants to be a treasurer. I told some of you have heard this, but we were in North Carolina and we were sitting there on the beach and he says, I would like to be a treasure finder. And I said, that sounds really fun. I want to be a treasure finder. So he left. The next day I go down to the beach and that emerald bracelet washes up on my toes. Yeah. So it was just so fun because unless he said it, I journaled it the next day, treasure finder. Yeah. And we called it the Trout Family Treasure Finders because our last name, my maiden name is Trout. So we named our little club. We're all sitting under the umbrella. My mom, my sisters, my brother, and I were like, we'll call it the Trout Family Treasure Finders. So I have a new thought for that. Another thing we're going to find treasures at. All right, next box. So that's it. My glasses go in the gains. One thing, everybody, write one thing that happened this week or this year or your something anytime, like your loan being paid off. That was a miracle, right? You're finding this clinic, a miracle.
One thing that happened, what?
Just write one gain. We call it a
Gain.
miracle.
Okay, right, one
So we
gain.
call it a gain or a miracle. Okay, so Marianne, that decision was really miraculous, right? And then you went right to Italy.
I know, right? Yeah. And it was a great trip. And the travel was so easy, remember?
Yeah.
And we had no rain. I mean, it was just...
It's beautiful. And
weather
you
was
made
great.
the decision that you'd prefer to travel than upgrade your house or whatever was your decision.
Okay. Well, no, I just decided to stay in the house
Uh-huh.
for the time being.
Because
But I had-
you really want, I know you booked the trip already.
Yeah.
Though this confirmed,
Yeah.
this trip to Italy, she just came back from Italy, everybody.
Yeah.
This trip confirmed. Yeah.
But I love your house.
It was
Yeah.
great, right?
It's
And
perfect.
and
It's
the
perfect
next
size,
thing that was
perfect
really
everything.
awesome was years ago. So Marianne went to Italy with her mother,
Yes.
and years ago you were like, "Oh, my mother."
Yeah. So there's been,
So a total transition
transformation.
that
And
she
we
actually
were
wanted to
laughing
go.
the whole time. I mean,
Uh-huh.
literally crying.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. It was
She had
that
so
fun.
much fun with her
Yeah.
mother.
I have a question.
Mhm.
So, while I was away, evidently they came in and they tore up the lawn in front of me because of the pipes or something underneath. And it's like a mud farm out there. And I sent a little nice note to the association and they said, oh yeah, we know, but like it's been a month and nothing has happened. And I had water coming in my dining room at one point, so I'm concerned about the grading. I'm thinking I now have to write an individual letter to everybody on the board, or do I just ask that this memo that I got from the property manager saying that, yeah, they're going to take care of it for you.
Okay, Donna, whatever letter you write, it's to God.
Okay.
It's one letter stating exactly your parameters of what you are going to accept about your front lawn.
Okay.
So one of our Miracle Group members is Ilsa, and she did a great job. So listen carefully, because this motivated my mother in the store. My mother said, when Ilsa said that she went in the back room every time she was selling garments, and she would just get the size, it would just be there. And all the other sales clerks are like, we just look, there's no size. And you keep going back, oh, here's a 2. Oh, that dress, I'll get it in a 6. She goes back, gets a 6. They're like, there's nothing back there. Where's she getting all these dresses in their sizes, right? So Ilsa, who's a Miracle Group member, she said, okay, you know what? It all comes out of the thin air, so I'm just going to order whatever it is. So she had bushes. Comcast did that. They ripped up her whole front lawn. They came in, they said, lady, you're going to have to pay us to remove your pepper bushes. She said, oh, they've been here forever. If you want them removed, you move them, right? And they go, right, the whole thing kind of thing. And she said, I'm fine with them. So if they're going to be removed, you can take the cost. You can do, if you'd like to remove them, I'm fine. It's up to you. So the guy the next day comes back, he's ringing her doorbell because she was going to call the county, and then she had to set the phone down because she got a little hot, like you were just getting hot. She set it down saying, no, you know what? It's going to be fine. God's going to take care of it. The next morning, she looks out the back, right? Her house is like this, and she sees that they're removing all the pepper bushes. They're all gone already. They came early in the morning. They're all gone. And the county is ringing her doorbell, telling her she has to pay that they are not going to remove them. She's going to have to hire a private person. She said, well, that's really interesting because they're gone. She's seeing them, haul them all away. The county came and took away, and the county's at her other door telling her they're not going to do anything for her.
Oh, wow.
So do you see God and the county can be whatever they want to be?
Everything's an illusion.
Everything, there you go. So you just have to call God with the parameters of what it is that you're asking is. Now, if you like to write letters because it makes you happy, and they're happy letters saying, oh, I hope you have a wonderful day and that you have great grass, then write as many letters as you want.
Your favorite saying, share that.
Okay, so so what this really means is we all have to just get over ourselves.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're in oneness, there's only greatness. Bushes, no bushes.
So if you're still
Free is
looking
good.
for this, what can I do differently? Get over myself.
Okay, so final box then down here in the right-hand corner, the 5 things. The 5 things are 5 things that you and I can do happily in this day. We can go to the post office and smile at the person, right?
Yeah.
We can go to the gym and smile. We could have lunch together, Barbara, and that would be one of our 5. We can have a miracle group meeting. That would be one of our 5. My brother came over for a skio appointment. That could be one of the 5. Cindy and I could get together. We went to Atlanta. That could be one of my 5 things that I'm doing. Okay, these 5 things are what I'm going to do, committed to getting over myself and having a 10-star experience with calmness, surrender, and greatness.
But we have to write it down.
Yeah, 5 little
If
things.
you just think it doesn't always
Right.
happen.
So post office, YMCA, a skio meeting, anything that you wish to do. Yeah, this is a today for me. It's 5 things that I'm committed to do joyfully in a 10-star experience. So remember,
10-star.
yes. Okay, so coming to the miracle group here, right? What made it a 10-star? I brought my journal. I brought a pen. I got to wear my dress. We were talking about my dress that I was envisioning putting on this week, right? Okay, my shoes. So what made it a 10-star experience is that I took a moment, I filled up my water bottle and have beautiful words on it. See? So when you take, bless you, any experience. Oh, yes. Okay, so Barbara told Helen, the tables are sticky, please, I'm only coming if there's tablecloth. So this is compliments of Barbara. Do you see? So what makes it a 10-star experience? When you take one extra moment and you think about it. And then while we were getting this, Barbara, we were in the same parking lot so I could get my glasses too. So Barbara and I both won.
And the rest of you won too, because this is one sticky mess.
Yeah. Okay, so do you see how just one funny and then Sylvie came along, so it was even more fun in the car. So when we stopped at the dollar store to get this, we got a couple colored pens, and she got a purple pen and a couple fun things. Yeah. So do you see when you have fun with it? 5 simple things: going to the dollar store, and in the parking lot is Marshall's, and then I got the glasses, and then just have fun with yourself. 5 simple things, and just go have fun. So instead of writing letters to all these people that aren't even real, write one note in declaration to God, or just turn around and talk to Him and say, God, I expect this. Thank you very much. It's done.
Sought for the shade that
So the
will grow.
power
There you go.
of expectancy is like a really important point. So we have to go forth in expectation.
Victory
Complete expectation.
of the victory. Because Jesus said, see the garden sowed. See it already planted and reaped, not just a few seeds laying there.
And He's bestowing so many blessings on us. Can we stand on our blessings?
Right. Okay, so that's the 5 things. Then we got a smiley face to remind you to smile. We have a second emotion. Have somebody initial your book. Here, darling, let me put a few initials in there. Okay, and then there's a list of 5 little suggestions that'll make your day better. They're very simple. Pray. So what's the simplest? No, just that. Think about this, everybody. The simplest prayer is bless me, God. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, you can check this box. If you just said, bless me today, God. Bless me. Remember me. Here I am. That's it. Just bless me. I volunteer. Bless me. Or send me. Or whatever. Just 2 words. Okay, that's a prayer. So I am connected to God. Okay, so when you say bless me, God, and you're looking up there and you're feeling good with a smile on your face, you're connected. I meditated for 15 minutes. I edited my words 3 times, and I prayed. So I prayed as bless me. I read my Bible, 1 verse. There's verses in your book you can look up. Let me ask this question. Who here has a Bible at home? Okay, is there anybody who would like to have a Bible who needs a Bible? Okay, so we have this Bible. Have more than one. Leave one in your car, like you say.
Gideon's, thank you.
Yes, Gideon's. They're at your phone.
Every hotel has a Bible.
One little Bible verse. Just
And they're put
give
there for you
yourself
to take.
a little teeny bit of message.
Yes.
Okay, if you
Kids want you to take them.
if you have your daily asking journal, we are now, the next books will have a Bible verse on every single page. So that'll be right there. There are Bible verses in our books. So you can just open your books and read. There's Bible verses right in here. They're printed right in scroll boxes, right in all of our material. Just read one. The idea is why? Because the Holy Bible is this life experience. It's our manual. Take it out, use it. I know that you got your Lithuanian Bible. If there's anybody who would like one, at Goodwill, they have beautiful Bibles for $1. With my 3 wise men, I got my favorite large print, gorgeous Bible for $1. Yeah, so do it. All right, that's the
When
page.
you turn it over to God, aren't you supposed to let God do his thing without telling God?
Well, do,
Be
and then let
specific
God
when
do
you-
his thing.
Be specific before you turn it over to God.
Because you have to speak everything forth.
But you're telling God how to do his job.
Right.
Yeah, but he set the universe up that way.
He doesn't know what to do.
He said the only way these molecules can move is if you ask, seek, or knock. Do one of the 3 or all of them.
Can I ask for something
Sure.
loudly right now so everyone can hear?
Yes.
What?
Go for it.
Yes, I am looking for a roommate starting from next month to live with me.
Oh, with you.
Yes, if anyone.
And Rachel, did you get somebody already?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rachel asked last meeting to have somebody move in, and she got somebody. And asking answered. Thank you, thank you. That's wonderful. Who else has any miracles they want to share before we are done?
Actually, I might have something.
Anybody want to share any miracles?
Well, I have a miracle. I've been
Okay.
asking for, you know, to be calm in this preparation for this new place that I'll be. And an interview came out of nowhere. that I'll be
Wonderful.
going on tomorrow.
Oh, yay. Okay, we
Yeah.
second the motion.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
career. Great. Oscar, any sharing? Your house? How's the house in Chicago?
Or the interviews
Somebody
you
else's
have?
house? Is it somebody else's now?
It's still there.
Okay.
What about your job?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go, let it go. Well, I'll sing a song for you.
But you told me you have a job. You have another one even.
I'm working on another one. I'll know by Friday.
Good.
Wonderful.
I received the check in the mail. Surprisingly.
Wonderful.
I really needed it too.
Good. Those are the
Great.
best ones.
You want a second house? We can all
Hope you read this for Donna again.
I'll second the house.
Yeah. Can we second his sale for the house?
Yes.
Seconding it right now.
Quadruple. Yeah, quadruple.
All right,
We need
so
to sell it now.
okay, so repeat after me, Oscar. Ready? And everybody, you can bow your head or agree in any kind of agreement you wish. So, dear God, in the name of Jesus, we ask right now in front of you with declaration that it is time now for Oscar, in his words, to release this house. So go ahead, Oscar. Tell us how you're releasing this house.
I released this house to God so that He can
Give it to.
give it to the deserving person who can afford to purchase it easily and with joy and love
Immediately.
and immediately.
And have the finances so that you can receive what amount?
Asking about 155.
Okay, so we second the fact that Oscar is immediately selling this house to a great person who will enjoy it, has the money, and 155 or better. Is that what you said? 155 or better? Okay, 155 or better. We thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done, God. In your great name.
Thank you. Praise you.